Hey guys, how you doing? How's life? How's April treating you? Good, I hope. So, we're going to take a break from the shopping hauls and we're going to go back to top 10 lists. This week is top 10 TV dramas, and if you see me looking down, it's because my list is right there. So these are obviously the top 10 TV dramas that I love so much. So let's get into it, shall we? Number 10 is The Ranch. Oh my gosh, that show put me through the ringer, had me crying when, spoilers, this whole video when Sam Elliott cries, I cry. I love that man. I love that man because of The Ranch. Please don't hate me. Sad to say, but to my knowledge, this is the only show I've ever seen him in, is The Ranch. But he's golden. He is golden. I love me some Sam Elliott, and he is never allowed to shave his mustache because, frankly, he would look weird without it. Number 9 is Riverdale. Now, while we are currently in what I believe is to be the last season of Riverdale, I have to say, I do love this show with all my heart and soul. The only reason why I started it was because of Cole Sprouse. But it was really, really, really good in the first couple of seasons. But then when it took the weird sci-fi turn, when magic started happening and stuff, it got less good. I still like it. I'm still watching it. But it got less good. The first couple seasons were prime seasons. But I do love it. I like that it took from a comic and gave it a dark turn. Although I don't like how it brought the supernatural into it, or the magic. They all had powers, and I don't remember what season, and it was weird, and I didn't like it. I don't like the alternate dimensions. I didn't like it. If you want a full review of this current season, let me know. Because I can't properly assess this season as of right now because it's still going on. So if you want, maybe I can review this season on a short video on YouTube, or maybe I can do a TikTok of it. Number 8, I had to think there for a second, is Criminal Minds. I love Criminal Minds so much. I grew up watching Criminal Minds. So little baby Megan was just chilling in her mom's bed watching Criminal Minds and then going to bed, you know, the normal. If you don't know what Criminal Minds is, it's about the FBI, and they're solving cases about brutal murders, and there's catching serial killers and all that fun stuff. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, I believe some, maybe most, I don't know, of the episodes are based on true stories. And it's just, I don't know, it's just, I grew up watching shows like that, crime shows, and watching movies like that, because that's what my grandma and my mom liked. And so they passed that love on to me and my sister. And I think as of right now, I think I've seen up all of the episodes up to season 12, because that's where Netflix stops. And I really need to catch up on the other, the rest of the series. I just haven't yet, because life and other things that I want to watch. So I'm gonna try to make that a priority and do that soon. Yeah, and then along the same vein, number 7 is NCIS. I started watching the show with my mom, and we would watch it every week when it came out, and then I kind of stopped because I went to college and I moved out, and I was doing other things. But recently, I think 2021, like end of 2020, 2021, like the whole year, maybe 22, I don't know. I watched every episode up until the last season that Netflix has, and I don't remember what season that was. But I also, same vein, have to finish that series. Mainly I stopped because I didn't know where else I could stream it without buying it. But I think I found a site that I can go to, so I'm gonna have to get on that also. But I just love it. Ducky and Abby are my favorites. And yeah, number 6 is Suits. Suits is a new love of mine. I only started watching it because of Meghan Markle and all that whole craze. I am finished with that series. I binged it. I would like binge a season and then I would like go watch something else and then I'd binge another season, so on and so forth. And gotta say, last season, excuse me, where Meghan went, I can't talk apparently, when Meghan Markle was not on it, I didn't enjoy it as much. I think I know I was only there for Meghan Markle. But yeah, it was a good show and I liked it and I became slightly obsessed. Number 5 is Stranger Things. I love that show. I was so hesitant to start watching that show because I was afraid it would scare me. I think it was like my best friend told me not to watch it because it would scare me. And then someone else was like, oh yeah, no, it's not that scary. And so I think I watched like the first season alone and it wasn't scary. And then I watched the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th with my fiance. It is really good and I love it. And I really hope they bring why can't I remember his name? It's Eddie. I really hope they bring Eddie back in some way, shape, or form because I loved him and they helped me discover my new love. Joseph, I love you. Yes, but Joseph Quinn is one of my now celebrity crushes and I love him, and yeah. But I'm super excited for season 5. Also kind of sad, but kind of understanding why they probably need to end the series, even though I'd love for it to go on forever. When season 4 came out, okay, I work at a daycare, if you do not know this, and I work with the school agers, so that's ages 5 to 12. The older school agers could not stop talking about it. They were obsessed. They always would sing, Chrissy, wake up! And it was so annoying. But yeah, I love Stranger Things. Number 4 is The Originals. Now this is a spin-off from the show The Vampire Diaries, which is based off of a book. I have never read the books for The Vampire Diaries. I really want to, but I did watch the TV show because of Nina Dobrev, because she was on Degrassi, and so I just followed her over to The Vampire Diaries, and that show got a spin-off called The Originals, as I said, and its lead was another one of my loves, someone else named Joseph. Look at that, Joseph Morgan. Love him and his accent. Ugh. Love him. But that was a really good series that I loved. I have watched it multiple times. I watched it when it aired and then I rewatched it on Netflix, I believe. And yes, Netflix. And it's always good and I love it and it makes me cry. Like, honestly, all of these shows that I have said so far and then the ones that I am going to mention in a couple seconds have all made me cry. Both like a baby. And I'm not that much of an emotional person. I got called cold-hearted BICTH once by my best friend. So, yeah. But The Originals, I should probably mention what it's about. It's about the original vampires, so the very first ever vampires, and how they came to be, and then it takes place in New Orleans, and just about, I don't want to say adventures because it's really not like an adventure. It's just like what goes on in their lives and stuff. And yeah, all the problems they have. And then, as I said, this was a spinoff of The Vampire Diaries, which is number 3 The Vampire Diaries. And it's about this girl named Elena and the love triangle that she gets into with the brothers, the Salvatore brothers, Damon and Stefan. And it happens after her parents die from a car crash that she was also in, but she's the only one who survived. And the vampire brothers have something to do with it, and it's mysterious, and I love it. And I don't know, I'm really bad at explaining, as you guys can see, but I love it. And it introduced me to one of my favorite, one of my celebrity crushes, Joseph Morgan. He originally was in The Vampire Diaries, and then he got his own spin-off, as I've said like 5 times in the past 5 minutes. But it's really good, and it explores vampires, it explores werewolves, it explores witches. Like, it's got like all of these mythical creatures, and I just really like it. And I've also watched it when it aired, and then I've watched it multiple times on Netflix all the way through the series. Number 2 is Grey's Anatomy. I love that show so much. It makes me cry so much. So sad that Ellen Pompeo is not physically on the in the series anymore. Although, as of so far, she has narrated them. But anyway, I got started watching this because my freshman college roommates were obsessed, and they were watching it, and they kept bugging me about it, like, oh, you should start from season 1, because they were in like season 5 or something. And this was in 2014, just so you know, and they already had like a bunch of seasons. And so just to shut them up, I secretly started watching it, and then I got caught up and I told them, and then we watched it up until current for 2014, and then I followed the show ever since. I no longer talk to those roommates because they weren't nice to me. The one who was the meanest I have nothing to do with, and then the other one who was kind of like her follower, who wasn't that mean to me, we're friends on Facebook, but we don't speak. Anyway, they introduced me to Grey's Anatomy, so it's all good. But that show, it has emotional up and downs, and like, I like bawl like a baby like almost every episode, and it's something. Like, I love it. Like, I'm like, ooh, I know medical jargon now because I watch Grey's Anatomy, but I don't, and I could never stomach being a doctor, a surgeon. Not because I can't handle the gross scenes, I can totally handle that. It's more so you have someone's life in your hands, and if you do one wrong thing, then they die. And you kill someone's mother, father, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, niece, nephew, grandma, grandpa, and like, I can't handle that, y'all. I can't. So yeah, love Grey's Anatomy. And then number 1 topping my list is The Crown. If you're new around here, or if you do not know, I am obsessed with the British royal family. I love learning about them. I love reading about them. Like, their history is so interesting to me, and I just love keeping up with them. I don't know, I just love them. Like, I'm not crazy or anything. I'm an American fan who appreciates them and likes to learn their history. And I was so very sad when the Queen died. So very sad. But yeah, The Crown chronicles the history of the British monarch in a way. Like, some things are true, some things are enhanced for TV, and it starts just before Queen Elizabeth II is crowned queen. Her dad, I think, is in the first episode. I think that's when it all goes down. And the last season that aired was, I think it was like the 90s. Yeah, I don't remember if it ended with Diana dying or if it was leading up to that. But there's one more season, and then they're stopping. I'm so sad. But I understand, because they're getting late 90s, early 2000s, and it's just getting too close to reality, and they want to protect that. And hopefully in like 10-15 years they can do more seasons, because it'll be in the more far past. It'll be in the past more. I don't know how to word that correctly. But yeah, I just love that show so much, and I'm so excited for the last season to come out. Although I'm really sad it's the last season, but I'm still excited nonetheless. And those were my top 10 favorite TV dramas. Let me know yours in the comments below. Do we share some favorite TV dramas? Do you have other TV dramas that you think I should watch? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys have a great weekend and a great week ahead. And yeah, my birthday's coming up and I'm so excited. So I hope, like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more of my face, and I hope to see beautiful faces next week. Bye guys!